He wanted to keep slaves, but he said we should probably treat him a little bit nicer.
Oh, really?
That's basically what he means.
Yeah.
All right, we fucking them up. It is a little brutal. We still need slaves. We should just have some better rules to control them without beating their ass and degrading them.
A great plan, huh?
Maybe we need to treat them a little better, but they still got to be slaves.
He still want slaves.
Still need slaves.
They can't
But
get
maybe
paid
we
this
should treat them a
motherfucker.
little better.
Just treat them a little better.
They can't vote none of that shit.
Yeah, we ain't trying to give them no rights to give them no control of power or anything, but
I don't want.
we can treat them a little bit nicer.
I don't want them fucking my daughter or anything like that.
You know.
Still need them though.
Yeah, that's his Francis Key, gentleman, that again wrote the Star Spangled Banner and also reminded black people that that's
they make probably 90 million.
You right.
5 to 7 years.
You right.
So
They make 124 million a year.
No, but those are quarterbacks. So those are quarterbacks. We're talking about the niggas that got to take those hits. Those niggas that take those hits, those niggas get 15 to 20, sometimes 30, maybe 60, depending on how good they're at their
60
job.
mil, right?
60 mil.
Yeah,
for a course of 5
to
to 6 years, right?
Yeah.
So if that's 5 to 6 years, that's probably like 15 million a year. If you get 15 million a year, they tax you 40%. You're not seeing that much money, and you still got to pay your agent, right? Your agent gets like what? He gets like 10 to 15%, whatever that be. That's a couple million. You got to take care of all these people you take care of, bro. You're not really bringing home what you think you're bringing home, and then you getting hurt. You getting hurt, and that's taking away most of your money. They say most NFL players, they go broke because of hospital bills, not because they blow it on cars, crash, cocaine, fucking bitches. They lose their money because they have to pay a statute amount of hospital bills. You said that
Is
shit.
that the if they
okay. The Super Bowl. Did y'all watch the Super Bowl at all?
Yep.
Yeah, I did.
Did y'all enjoy it?
It was a good game.
Yeah, it was a good game.
Okay. I didn't watch it at all. Did y'all where to start this? So apparently there's a discourse going on about something that has almost nothing to do with the game. You know what I'm saying? The apparent rivalry essentially between the America's national anthem and the Black national anthem. I'm gonna ask y'all another question. Did y'all have y'all when y'all were shorties, did y'all sing the Lift Every Voice song?
Yep. I went to a black school.
So was that like, so how did that, like, when did that become, because we sang the song, but I didn't really hear until recently that became the quote unquote Black national anthem.
I mean, that's what that was what was told me when I went to Henry O'Connor. When you go to a black school, that's what you sing. You don't sing the other national anthem.
And it's like, I feel like the only reason, maybe we'll do another episode another day, but it's like, I never like really understood, like, I don't know. It's like the only reason I know it's the Black national anthem because I know only black kids sang it. You know what I'm saying?
Because it's for us.
Yeah.
The other one was for white people. You don't see that until if you go to a white school.
No, we always did both, but we sung Lift Every Voice sing definitely around in February during Black History Month though.
So that shit was like that every day, every morning they sing it over.
Nah, I ain't go to I went to a public school, so
I went to public school too. I went to Henry O'Connor.
Right.
In Cottage Grove. So
I mean, it's not to say that the national anthem was said all the time, but the national anthem would definitely be sung.
Yeah, I'm saying we didn't do both. We just did the black one.
No, yeah, we did. It probably stopped. I can't remember like that. I've been out of school for
Yeah, I just got good memory. I just remember doing that.
But no, I remember doing. I definitely remember doing Lift Every Voice.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what you sung. They didn't sing both of them. And you say you used to do that, and you do the Pledge of Allegiance of the flag. That's what you do for like 5 minutes.
Oh yeah.
Pledge of Allegiance of the flag. Let their voice sing. Then you sit the fuck down, and then they start the schoolwork shit.
Y'all didn't sing Star Spangled Banner or My Country, 'Tis of Thee or whatever.
Hell no.
Okay.
Not at all.
Darnell?
No, like I say, it was mostly
during the Black History Month.
Yeah, just during Black History Month.
I
remember that. Yeah, it was always the national anthem, the flag or whatever the fuck it is.
Okay, so like I said, there's a big discourse going on between this, I guess, pending the national anthem versus the quote unquote Black national anthem. And a lot of people, especially like conservatives, right-leaning types of people, both black and white alike, have been saying that there's no need for a black national anthem. And I found that quite peculiar. So because I know that there's some truths about the Star Spangled Banner that I kind of found weird that people it seems to have forgotten, and it doesn't take a lot of research to figure out about it. So let's take a look at it. I want to start by taking a look at it's essentially setting the tone here. The background was the War of 1812. So here's a little bit of a summary of what kind of happened during that time period. Simmering anger at Britain for interfering in American trade, impressing U.S. sailors into the Royal Navy, and standing in the way of westward expansion led the United States to declare war in June of 1812. With British forces distracted by the country's ongoing war with France, the United States scored some encouraging early victories in the War of 1812. But after Napoleon's defeat at the Battle of Waterloo in June 1815, the British turned their full attention to the war in North America. That August, British troops invaded Washington, D.C. and set fire to the White House, the capital and other government buildings. The Royal Navy then turned its sights on the key seaport of Baltimore, Maryland. On September 13th, U.S. soldiers at Baltimore's Fort McHenry withstood some 25 hours of British bombardment. Early in the morning, they hoisted a gigantic U.S. flag over the fort, making a crucial victory and a turning point in what would be considered a second war of American independence. So basically, there's a whole lot of bad trades going on between America and Britain. America got sick of it, and they wanted made a fuss over it. Francis Scott Key. So let's talk about Francis Scott Key, aka the man that wrote this story, or wrote this Star Spangled Banner. A Maryland-born attorney with a thriving practice in Washington, D.C., Francis Scott Key watched the bombardment of Fort McHenry from a ship anchored in Baltimore's harbor. Key had been helping to negotiate the release of an American citizen, Dr. William Beans, who had been captured in an earlier battle. As condition of the release, the British ordered Americans not to return to shore during the attack on Baltimore. That's Francis Scott Key. Francis Scott Key was the man that wrote the Star Spangled Banner, and that's pretty much all you need to know from this part. So let's take a look at the Star Spangled Banner. Now, usually, I would say the popularized version of the Star Spangled Banner is literally just the first stanza, like this right here. Home of the free, and land of the free, home of the brave, like that John. You know what I'm saying? Everybody gets up, and everybody during the football, during these games and stuff like that, stands up for this national anthem, and and they sing it with all their hearts and souls. They feel it fills with so much glee and bliss because it reminds them of the greatness that is America, whatever. What I found out years ago was something that I just can't seem to understand why people, I don't know, refuse to acknowledge or refuse to remember when every time this song gets brought up. It's like it gets to the point where every time I hear this song sang, see it anywhere, I'm just reminded that this of this fourth quote unquote forgotten stanza. So I want to read it. And then I'm gonna connect it to what History Channel, the foundation that I read that was provided to us from the History Channel. And mind you, just bear with me. I mean, bear with the old English and stuff like that. Whatever. And where is the band who so vauntingly swore that the havoc of war and the battle's confusion, a home and a country, should leave us no more? Their blood has washed out their foul footsteps' pollution. No refugee could save the hireling and slave. Again, no refuge could save the hireling, aka mercenary, and slave from the terror of flight or the gloom of the grave. And the star-spangled banner in triumph doth wave over the land of the free and home of the brave. So this line, especially right, I want to ask y'all a question. What this
Hireling and slave.
What you say?
The hireling and slave.
Yeah. What do you think? What do you think this means? No refuge could save the mercenary or the slave.
No refuge. So no migrant. No migrant. Basically, if he's speaking of now today, it's the no migrant and no hireling and slave. Basically, the mercenaries and the slaves who fought for their freedom could save them. No refuge, no mercenary or no slave could save y'all from this.
Well, I think refuge mean in this context. I think refuge mean like a safe covering.
Yeah.
Or okay, I thought you said like somebody a migrant or something like that, like a refugee or something like that.
Well, is that refugee or no refuge?
Yeah, this is refuge.
Refuge.
Yeah.
Okay, refuge. Yeah, refuge. Yeah. Okay, I get it. Yeah. Okay.
So that's so.
Yeah, no safe haven. Yeah, right. No safe haven can save you from the refuge. Yeah.
This is what you need. This one you need to know about Francis Key. After the War of 1812, Key continued his thriving law career. He served as a member of the kitchen cabinet of President Andrew Jackson, and in 1833 was appointed as a U.S. attorney for the District of Columbia. He composed other verses for over the course of his life, but none received anywhere close to the recognition of the Star-Spangled Banner. After contracting pleurisy.
I can't see the word.
Key died in 1843 at the age of 63. Though his celebrated anthem proclaimed the United States the land of the free, Key was in fact a slaveholder from the old Maryland plantation family, and as a U.S. attorney argued several prominent cases against the abolitionist movement. So he was, as if anybody doesn't know what an abolitionist is this is a person that was fighting against slavery. They was trying to free slaves through diplomacy means. He did speak out against the cruelties of the institution of slavery, but did not see abolition as a solution. So I don't even understand that. So how could
he wanted to keep slaves, but he said we should probably treat them a little bit nicer.
Oh, really?
That's basically what it means.
Yeah.
All right, we fucking them up. It is a little brutal. We still need slaves. We should just have some better rules to control them without beating their ass and degrading them.
A great plan, huh?
Maybe we need to treat them a little better, but they still got to be slaves.
We still want slaves.
Still we need slaves.
They can't get
maybe
paid
we should treat them a little better.
Just treat them a little better.
They can't even vote now. That's it.
Yeah, we ain't trying to give them no rights, give them no control of power or anything, but
I don't want.
We can treat them a little bit nicer.
I don't want them fucking my daughter or anything like that.
You know.
Still need them though.
Yeah. That's his Francis Key, gentleman that again wrote the Star-Spangled Banner and also reminded black people that when these what are these people? These British people, you know what I'm saying? They came in and declared war or had battles with America. When they came in and offered emancipation for these slaves, right? That when he created this stanza, this fourth stanza, highlighting that nor mercenary that was hired, that's going to be hired for that, you know what I'm saying, when he wrote this here line here, there'll be no safety for the mercenary nor slaves. That's exactly what he was referring to, right? He was saying that these British people, they're not gonna save you from not gonna save you from death. You know what I'm saying?
They're not gonna save you from us.
You know what I'm saying? So
no hope for you niggas.
So yeah, so I just found it mighty strange, you know what I'm saying, given the context of the Star-Spangled Banner, that these people take such issue with the black people coming up with our own national anthem. I would argue is more sensitive towards the betterment of black people, but also like people abroad. You know what I'm saying? It's given it's to, how do I put this? It's just, again, being more sensitive to the people that had to choose between being a slave for the rest of their lives and going out and creating a life for themselves that even though they was turning against America, whom kept them in bondage and stuff like that. But again, it gave them the choice of finding a better life for themselves. And I don't care if it's like a thing of those people. I mean, I don't care if you try to make the case of those slaves they rebelled against the America and they were unpatriotic and shit like that. Like nobody has time for that. Anybody in their right mind would have chose freedom over bondage.
Then you're fucking slave. If you say that's what we were supposed to do, you can suck my dick.
You know what I'm saying?
Fuck is wrong with you? But yeah, I mean, but that's the problem though. They will never accept the other song because it's two sides to America. People got to understand that America's not this hunky-dory place where everybody fucking nice to you, everybody get along, everybody fucking likes you. It's a racist place. It was built on racism. It has two sides. That's just what it's going to be.
It was built on racism, It was built on racism. So I don't get what the argument is. I mean, long as you understand America was built on racism, it's like...
It's still going to be that way. You can always
be that way.
You can huff and puff about it, but...
America was built off one people having the power, so... Any argument behind that is like, you got to deal with the people who want the power first, like, who establish power for themselves. So.
Yeah. Exactly, and then when they try to make, and like I said, I just cringe and I get angry every time that they try to come up with these arguments of, oh well, why do we need a black national anthem? There's only one nation, but
it's not one nation. America is a nation of many nations. That's why that's why we're so segregated. You have the Arabs, you have the Mexicans, you have the blacks, you have the Chinese,
and a lot of our ways is still off of them racist times. A lot of our ways and traditions is based off them racist times still, and that's what they don't want to change. They don't want to change the traditions of those racist ways.
Yes, sir. Even when they try to hide it, and because like I said, those last three stanzas they got rid of them. They don't sing those that part of the song during the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But all you gotta do is do a little bit of digging.
That's enough. They said we just took out the little bad parts.
Yeah, we took out the bad parts.
But the song still means what it means.
Like we made it. Exactly. We made it friendly for all. We took out the bad parts. We made it friendly.
Yeah. So,
but the song still represents what it represents.
Can't fool me, man. So I also kind of felt like it was quite ironic, right, to have this type of a conversation during the heat of the Super Bowl, and there's some things that I found quite peculiar about the NFL in general. Now, before I even go into it, I want to acknowledge that the Super Bowl, or not Super Bowl, but the NFL can be seen as a benefit to especially like lower income Black Americans. Like a lot of Black Americans have became quite rich from playing football, and I will acknowledge that reality. However, there's some things that we also should take notice to, or that should also be part of the conversation. So here we have a chart that shows the population density of the players in the NFL. Mind you, for anybody that doesn't know, white people make up roughly 60% of the United States population altogether, right? And black people it's around 14 to maybe about 20% of the population. A lot of people kind of say black people don't do the census. I'm gonna give you 6 extra percentage points. So okay, so with that said, black people are still making up 56% of the player base in the NFL, right? And only 24% of those players are white. So on paper, you would say like, well, this is a great thing for black people, right? That they're given this opportunity to get rich.
That they the face of the league.
Athleticism. What you say?
That they the face of the league, basically.
That they're the face of the league. Sure, right. My problem is there's conversations, and I'm not going to do a big deep dive today, but there's conversations about the NFL players deserve better healthcare benefits. And if I'm not mistaken, NFL is like, I mean, next to
MLB.
not in the NFL next to MMA fighting and UFC and all that stuff. It's the most contact intensive sport in America right now, right? So with that being a very contact emphasized sport comes a lot of injuries and a lot of long-term damages from
UFC
this.
niggas get healthcare? I didn't know they get it.
I don't know nothing about you. I'm just talking about it's the contact. It's a contact sport. Obviously boxing as well. I mean, you know what happens to the boxers and stuff like that.
They pay their own healthcare. They don't get healthcare.
Damn, for real?
No.
Yeah, that's a whole nother problem. So
Boxing is not it's not a corporation like how like the NBA is out of NFL. When you're a boxer, you're kind of like independent. You're like Floyd Mayweather is your shit. That shit your shit.
Right.
Devontae Davis is his shit. Whatever he does with his money.
So your team is like your healthcare.
That's your corporation. You run your shit how you run your shit.
Yeah.
Only person you blame for is you. You get your money and you supposed to disperse it and control it how you supposed to control it.
That's why they make the decisions on if they're gonna continue that fight that night. Yeah. They walk out that ring fuck this.
The coach,
true.
Live and die. Not you.
True. I gotta live to see another day. Fuck this.
So you know what I'm saying. So that's why it's a little different. Yeah. See, the NBA and the NFL, those are corporations. Those are billion-dollar corporations.
Yeah.
Boxers are their own personal entities.
So the NFL should be putting more emphasis, putting more effort into to
their product, because these people are your product, but they don't care because. I mean, they
at the same time, it's not like any of them players couldn't afford the health care that they needed, though.
But no, you can afford it, but that's the problem. The bulk of your money goes to healthcare. Healthcare ain't cheap in America, my nigga. You go to the doctor, just get an IV, that's $3,000. So if you go in there for concussions, a doctor's time, every time you go, is probably $200,000 to $300,000 visits.
Hell no, I doubt that.
Yes, it is.
$200,000 to $300,000 visits?
Yes.
No, I doubt that.
Did you ever look how much it costs for a woman to give birth, nigga? Did you ever look at the bill?
I ain't look at the bill.
Look at the bill, nigga. Look at the bill. It's $100,000, nigga. $100,000. They charged me 20. They charged me $20,000 for fucking for the what's the
C-section?
No, not C-section. The other shit for the pain. What's it called? You know, the pain they get for the bitches. The tap in the spine.
I forgot what it's called.
I forget what it's called. That shit cost $20,000, nigga, and we didn't even use it. But they still wrote it down because she asked for it.
But the healthcare system, that's a different story. They just as dirty
but
as any of these other companies.
I'm saying though, but you're right. But the NFL players have to go to the doctor just like everybody else. They have to go to the same hospitals we go to, and they have to pay out of pocket. So when they go to the doctor for probably a year of injuries, surgeries, they're spending millions of dollars. For when I got surgery on my eye, nigga, that cost $200,000 for a nigga to operate on me for 6 hours of his time to cut my shit. That cost $200,000. So imagine when a nigga going for his knee, a broken leg, a concussion, whatever, you see what I'm saying? Tore ligaments. That's money, and every time
I ain't gonna lie. I mean, I've been in the hospital. I done had open surgery,
but did you look at the bill though?
Yeah, I looked at the bill. My bill was no more than $20,000. My hospital, my helicopter ride was about $13,000 itself. So I mean, I can get it, but like I say, $20,000 to have surgery, to have life-threatening surgery, compared to a sport that's paying these people millions of dollars a year.
Is tax 40%, sir.
$1 million a year. I feel like a hospital bill of I'm gonna say $10 million a year. $10 million a millionaire ain't shit compared to. It ain't nothing when you getting paid $90 million a year, $100 million a year.
Not football.
It ain't
that's
shit.
That's not football players.
Like it's really not none. You can't even say nothing about their tax
situation. I mean, football players do not make $90 million a year. They make probably $90 million.
You right.
5 to 7 years.
You right. They make $124 million a year.
No, but those are quarterbacks. So those are quarterbacks. We're talking about the niggas that got to take those hits. Those niggas that take those hits, those niggas get 15 to 20, sometimes 30, maybe 60, depending on how good they're at their
60
job.
mil, right?
60 mil.
Yeah,
for a course of 5 to 6 years, right? Yeah. So if that's 5 to 6 years, that's probably like $15 million a year. If you get $15 million a year, they tax you 40%. You're not seeing that much money, and you still got to pay your agent, right? Your agent gets like what? He gets like 10 to 15%, whatever that be. That's a couple million. You got to take care of all these people you take care of, bro. You're not really bringing home what you think you're bringing home, and then you getting hurt. You getting hurt, and that's taking away most of your money. They say most NFL players, they go broke because of hospital bills, not because they blowing it on cars, crash, cocaine, fucking bitches. They lose their money because they have to pay a substantial amount of hospital bills. You said that
as if they injured though versus being a healthy player.
But most niggas in the NFL are injured. They be fucked up. That's why when you see when they did the documentary, niggas was going around killing their fucking wives. Like that one NFL player just killed his grandma and his wife. You know what I'm talking about. I forgot what team
Aaron Hernandez.
The black dude, the recent motherfucker. He killed him. He killed his
grandma.
Oh
yeah, I know you talk about. Yeah, I forgot. I know you talk about. Yeah, I know you talk about.
But he fucked up in the head from getting hit in the head so much.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So he didn't have proper health care and proper things to make sure that shit didn't happen.
Yeah.
And he fucking murdered his fucking grandma and his mother.
Yeah, I seen that. Yeah,
because he fucked up in the head. You see what I'm saying? If they had proper health care, certain things like that wouldn't happen. You see what I'm saying? They do not have the health care like they did.
I don't believe it wouldn't happen if they had proper health care. I believe the conditions of the sport is what causes that to happen. Like, once you fucked up in the head, you fucked up in the head. So like,
but if you going to see a doctor regularly, he can kind of let you know we got to submit this nigga. Like I'm saying, that death wouldn't happen. I'm not saying his injury wouldn't probably happen, but those deaths, that probably wouldn't have happened.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, that's probably wouldn't happen. You're right. But they give them that leisure. They give them that leisure. They rich as hell. Yeah, they going to go see the doctor and paying for these hospital bills. They going to go see the doctor, see therapists and stuff like that. But they got money basically. Therapists, doctors looking at that like, oh, they got money. They just come. This tab gonna be paid for no matter what these guys ask.
And that's wrong. That's wrong on them. If you really see something wrong with it, you supposed to submit that nigga, but you worried about a check. Like, I need to see that nigga next week.
Yeah. I mean, come on now. Think about these big pharmaceutical companies. They need to see you next week in order to stay in business. They need to see you next week.
We ain't trying to make you too healthy, though.
Yeah, we ain't trying to make you. We ain't trying to completely fix your problem. We need you to come back. We need you to come back, because otherwise, if we was able to cure everybody, we wouldn't be in business. We wouldn't be in business.
All right. So yeah, they I would say I think y'all on the money. I get on that to contend with that with. So like I said, I'm not going to judge y'all brothers for watching the NFL. Y'all can still enjoy, do y'all duck thizzle. Don't get too caught up on this whole end of the conversation. I'm just, like I said, we just want to have this conversation to remind you all to not get distracted when black people do something that's more sensitive to our needs. And what's proper for us, you know what I'm saying? If white people not gonna care that they're singing a song every year that reminds black people of that they had no choice in this nation for freedom, then we got to do something. We have to create something for ourselves that's gonna you know what I'm trying to say? That's gonna be conducive to our image, you know what I'm saying? That's gonna make us feel proud for being here, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, not to sound I guess prejudiced, but the world ain't really ready for that. I feel like black people not ready for that. The world are not ready for that, because we would have to literally be for ourselves and cut people out, the same way that these people did for them to reach their power position and the way things are now. Black people will have to do the same thing, and I don't feel like we're ready for that. It's not acceptable. It's not acceptable now.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, it's acceptable. It's just not acceptable when black people do it.